Today in math, we're going to understand the difference between halves, thirds, and fourths, as well as a whole piece. So the example I'm going to start off is showing you a Post-it note. Okay, we all know what these look like, right? So if I take one Post-it note, this is a whole Post-it note, okay? But what happens if I have one friend and they want half of my Post-it note? Well, what I can do is I can fold it in half, just like this. And I can see a line through here. All right? This line lets me know what is half. How many pieces do I have now if I were to cut this in half? If I'm going to cut it in half, I'm going to grab my scissors. And now I'm taking that whole piece and I'm cutting it in half. So this is one half and this is another half. Together, we call these halves. Okay, and you'll see that word right here, halves. There are two halves in each part, okay? So one person gets one and the other gets another, right? Okay, so how many pieces are there? There's one, two, okay? So this is one half and this is another half. And these are halves. But sometimes you know that there's more than one person that might want it. So you might have two other friends. Well, including yourself, that means there are three people. So again, I take my Post-it note. This one's a little tricky to fold, but if I wanted to make sure everybody got the same amount, I'm going to try and fold it the best that I can to make equal parts. And when I unfold it, I can see the lines there. Okay, I tried to make it as equal as I can because equal is what we want, right? So if I draw my lines down, I have two friends that I'm sharing this with, so I'm going to cut it. This is one piece, this is two pieces, and this is three pieces, okay? Now, how many pieces are there? Like I just said, there's three pieces, okay? And that was to my whole Post-it note. So one of these pieces, one of my three, is called a third. Okay, so this is one third, this is another third, and this is a third. And we call three pieces that are equal from a whole a third. Okay? It works the same way for fourths. So if I'm going to take my Post-it note again, and I fold it in half, and I fold it in half one more time, you can see that I'm going to get four equal parts, okay? So even if I draw my lines or cut on them, I'm giving each friend an equal amount because I want to be fair, right? I want to be equal and fair. So now that I took my whole piece, I cut it into four equal pieces. I know that four equal pieces, there's four. Well, we don't call them 1, 4, right? One of my four, I'm going to call them a fourth, okay? And a fourth is a part to four pieces that make your whole. So this is a fourth, this is a fourth, this is a fourth, and this is a fourth. And when I put them all together, I get my whole piece again. But I had three friends I had to share this with, and I wanted to be fair and I wanted to be equal. So I got 1/4, my friend got a fourth, my other friend got a fourth, and my last friend got a fourth. So this is important to understand today for our lesson because we are going to be exploring that whole piece. And when you split this whole piece in half, you get halves, and there's two pieces for a half. When I split my whole piece here into three, I get three equal parts, and those are called a third. Again, if I wanted to split my whole piece into four pieces, right? Four equal pieces, those are called fourths, okay? So I can use this as a guide to help me understand what they're talking about down here. So it's telling me write how many equal parts there are in the whole, write halves, thirds, or fourths to name the equal parts. So they've already made equal parts for me. They're all equal and they're all fair. So I need to figure out how many's in each. Well, when I look at this one, I have 1, 2. Well, up here says there are 2 halves. Each part is a half, right? All they did was cut that in half. So I'm going to write halves, or 2 equal parts, and those are halves. Take a look at number 2. How many equal parts are there? Well, there's 1, 2, 3 equal parts. And 3 equal parts, now look up here, are called thirds. How many equal parts are here? I'm going to give you a second to think. You got it. There's 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 4 equal parts. And when I have 4 equal parts, those are called fourths. And you can kind of see each name it's very similar to 4 or fourths, right? You see that word 4, so you can be thinking there's 4 equal parts, okay? Looking right here, I'm noticing that there are how many equal parts? 1, 2, 3 equal parts, and that is called, good, thirds. I'm going to give you a second. Look at number 5 and look at number 6. How many equal parts are in 5? What's the name? How many equal parts are in 6? And what's the name? So if you are thinking on this picture here that there's 2 equal parts, you are correct. And if you are thinking that it's called halves, you are also correct. This one, there's 4 equal parts, 1, 2, 3, 4. And again, we call those fourths. You, my friends, are going to work on a page that talks about how you can come up with how many equal parts as well as the name for it. Okay, I will clip this for you so you can take a look if you need to again to help guide your thinking. Have fun.